There are 25 new and free VR games you can play right now on your Oculus Quest 2 device. Now, all of these are free, with one or two having a name your own price tag attached to it through itch.io, so make sure to support game developers. But you can find all these games through APPLAB and SIDEQUEST with links down in the description. Oh wait, hang on a minute, I can't see properly. I'm gonna have to buy some prescription lenses from today's sponsor, VRWave. VRWave make incredible prescription lenses for the Quest 2 and other popular VR headsets. You can have them to correct nearsightedness and astigmatism, or even get them to filter out blue light to reduce eye strain. The best part about it is that they offer worldwide shipping, so no matter where you are, you can take advantage of their amazing product. Head to www.vr-wave.store or head down in the description where I'll put a link. Now, first up on our list is APPLAB VR. It's a planetary simulation game that takes you on a journey through space. You play as Amy, an artificial consciousness with a goal of terraforming Mars for human colonization. This game combines hard science fiction and base building to create an experience that is out of this world, literally. Next up, we have Frupu VR Fruit Punch. Similar to the game Fruit Ninja, where you must dodge fruit thrown by Monster Moo and punch it at the right time to avoid it exploding in your face. Think of Fruit Ninja with added explosives. Now, this game has been updated to include a more immersive user interface and new animation for body hits, but if you're a fan of this kind of game, it could be worth checking out for free. Next up is VR Sandbox 2. Now, for those who are looking for a more creative experience, we have VR Sandbox 2. This game does exactly what it says on the tin. It gives you a sandbox in VR. Now, it's still in early development, but at present you only have a bat and ball, with the goal of being to interact with both using the game's physics. There isn't much else to say, so straight on to the next one, which is Fun Chat. Now, for those who are looking to connect with others, we have Fun Chat, which is a social app that's main goal is to help users find the right players and quickly team up to play games together. This app makes it easy to find the right players and start playing games together, or you could just chill out and meet new friends along the way. Next up is Grief VR. Now, this one is more of a tool and less of a game, but is aimed towards helping people cope with the grief of losing a loved one. This VR experience includes 4 different worlds to explore, including an archery range, a painting room, a meditation beach, and a rage room. The order of the rooms will depend on how you are feeling at that moment in time, and you could switch rooms at any time. This could be handy for those trying to cope with those tragic situations. Now, for those who are looking for another metaverse kind of experience, we have Metalityverse, a virtual universe that allows you to create your own avatar and become whoever you want to be. Now, it has AI avatar creation and customizability. You have the power to lead meta conferences, build new relationships, and expand your business in the virtual world that benefits the real world economic landscape. This is one of many new metaverses that seem to be cropping up, guys, and this one is free to use today. Next up is Deadly Penguins. Now, this is for those who are looking for a more surreal, action-packed experience. This game pitches you against, you guessed it, deadly penguins in VR. Now, this is a shooting game set in an Arctic base where you must defend your dog from hordes of zombie penguins while using an arsenal of weapons to defeat your enemies. Now, this game is on itch.io and is a name-your-own-price game, so you can play it for free, but always be sure to support the developers like I always say. Now, for those who are looking for a more musical experience or looking for an easy way to make music, we have this game called Finger Jam. It is the world's easiest musical instrument that uses hand tracking as the tool in which to play the music. Now, with Finger Jam, you can play music in a matter of seconds without any years of practice. Just grip your fingers, move your hands around, and let your own flow guide you. This could be a good free way for you to experience the hand tracking that the Oculus Quest 2 has to offer and making some music at the same time. Next up is Walk Around Planes. Now, for those of you who are interested in aviation, we have a free VR game called Walk Around Planes. It's an exploration game that allows you to walk around planes. This is a simple and easy to play experience that, while in still early development, does exactly what it says it does, but doesn't offer us anything else to talk about in this video, so on to the next one. And our next one is a Royal Heist. Now, for those who are looking for a driving-based experience, we have a Royal Heist, a game in which you must escape the Royal Guard after stealing the Queen's jewel-encrusted body. For some reason, drive, skid, and drift your way through a poor recreation of London and escape to the motorway to succeed. It has a working radio, driving mechanics, a storyline, and some hidden Easter eggs. And if you need a break from the fast-paced action, the game offers both a comfort and drifter option for driving. Just remember that the game was made for a university project by the developer, so take everything with a pinch of salt. Next, we have Super Mega Mini Golf. This game is a fun and engaging game where you can play with friends and create your own courses. That is the unique selling point of this experience. You can join lobbies using the keyboard and enjoy playing mini golf with others. This game is still in early alpha release stage though, so it's still very early days. Next up, we have Liberation Army VR. This is a first-person shooter based on the armed forces for the liberation of South Vietnam. The game is a very basic first-person shooter set in the forest with some cutscenes included, but there isn't much else to say about it at this moment other than it's very early days and it's very basic. So let's just get on to the next one, which is... Next, we have Monkey See, Monkey Doo-Doo VR. In this fast-paced multiplayer adventure, you swing through the floating jungles of the Bermuda Triangle as you race against other players to collect bananas. The objective is to trade the bananas for monkey merchandise. You can fling doo-doo at other players to steal their bananas and send them plummeting to the croc below. This game is hyper colourful and really stands out as a decent looking competitor for Gorilla Tag, and is also free to play. Next up is Wolfenstein VR. Now, Wolfenstein 3D is known as the grandfather of modern first-person shooters, and this VR version brings Wolfenstein to modern headsets. Now, modern virtual reality technology allows us to step inside the castle once again and enjoy this tribute to what some people call one of the greatest games ever made. For me, it's good to see the Quest is being used to bring classic titles back to modern audiences. Next up, we have the Black Forge demo. In this game, your goal is to become the greatest weaponsmith of all time in a vibrant fantasy world. You get to amass a wide variety of tools, materials, and magical items to create ever more powerful and beautiful weaponry. You can send legendary adventures on quests and gain reputation and rewards in return. The best thing about this game is that the mechanics are procedurally generated, so there's always something different to do. Next up is Zombied VR. Now, Zombied VR is another free-to-play zombie wave shooter where you must kill the zombies in order to get more weapons and magazines, so you can go on to kill more zombies and get more weapons and magazines. That's really it. So on to the next one, which is... Next up is Rhythm Boom Demo. Now, Rhythm Boom is a VR rhythm game where you can use a YouTube player to move and dance in a rhythm game built around browsing and playing custom songs. You can browse and play countless levels built by the community, move with the music by shattering walls, following waves, slashing notes, and avoiding fireballs. There are a ton of features planned like leaderboards and multiplayer, but this could be a fun game to play if you were a fan of titles like Beat Saber. Next up is the VRNOID Demo. Now, VRNOID takes the spirit of retro arcade games and merges it with virtual reality. Destroy all the bricks to complete a level and collect extra lives, power-ups, and stars to reach the high score. Instead of using the paddle, swing the striker just like in air hockey while enjoying retro wave music and beating tons of levels and boss fights. Also features bullet dodging and bullet reflection. As enemies are trying to shoot your VR head, you can dodge bullets and reflect them onto the enemy. The game has 8 gameplay modifiers and 5 game difficulties to play with. Next up is the Sail Demo. Now, unleash your inner pirate in the game Sail, the open world VR pirate game. Embark on voyages to collect as much treasure as possible and bring it back to your pirate hideout. But beware, you're not the only pirate seeking fortune on the seas. Battle pirate enemies on land with your weapons or on the seas using your ship's cannons and voice commands. Use your riches to upgrade your weapons and ships with an open world filled with treasure, mysterious islands, and endless possibility. Next up is Premortal VR. Now, Premortal VR places you in a procedurally generated world full of exploration and survival. You must gather resources, craft weapons and armor, build villages and castles all set in a vast and unique world. The game sets out to offer a challenging and fun experience, and as it's free, it costs nothing to play and find out what this game is about. Next up is Meditation, Hidden Objects, Egypt VR. Now, escape to ancient Egypt and enjoy a hidden object game that offers a unique blend of relaxation and mental exercise. You can immerse yourself in the sight and sound of the environment as you listen to calming music and engage in mindfulness exercises. With many environments to explore, this game is perfect for players looking to unwind and challenge their minds at the same time. Next up is TLabBasketball VR. Now, this game is a simple and fun basketball game on your quest to simply throw the ball, score in the net, and compete against other players in the ranking. That's it for this one. Let's get on to the next one. Next up is Just Shoot. Just Shoot is a simple shooter game that pits you against different enemies while shooting targets in a city. But be careful, because there are innocent civilians around. A simple shooting game made with unique levels. This is a passion project made by a very small team, but it's free to play today on your MetaQuest 2. Next up is TrailBouncer VR. TrailBouncer VR allows you to race through mythical environments at lightning speed in this fast-paced VR racing game. Master the challenging environments and push your skills and reflexes to the limit. Use power-ups to your advantage and strive to achieve the highest rank among your fellow players. This game looks absolutely great, and it looks like you're carrying around a Kamehameha at times, which is hilarious, but it is free to check out today. Next on our list then is Superhero Sandbox. Play as a flyer or speedster in Superhero Sandbox, a VR game that lets you fly or speed around on a sandbox map. Obviously, the game is still in early development and has a name your own price tag attached to it via itch.io, but you can play online or offline to become the superhero you've always wanted to be.